Okay, folks, I was watching a PragerU video a week or two ago, and it featured Dave Ramsey, who is kind of a financial guru type guy. He helps people get out of debt and he advises them on how to build wealth. By the way, this is not a financial advice video. Please take everything in this video as entertainment purposes. So hopefully I've dotted my I's and crossed my T's as far as avoiding legal battles later. Now, one of the positions that Dave Ramsey has that he's very, very vehement about is he hates credit cards. He looks at credit cards as like they're the devil. And I don't understand that. Now, if you've never had a credit card is basically a payment vehicle where you have this plastic card. You can go to a vendor of some sort, a grocer, a store, Best Buy, something like that. You're going to have a certain amount on your credit card that you can spend. Say you've got a $5,000 credit card limit. That means that you can spend up to $5,000 just using this payment card. And what you're doing is you're getting a company, whoever gave you that credit card, to pay your bills for you or to pay for this stuff for you with the guarantee that you're going to pay that company back. So if I've got a Visa, then I go to Best Buy, I buy a $50 modem. Visa pays Best Buy that $50, and then I have to pay Visa the $50 later. So that's just kind of a basic idea of how credit cards work. Now, one of the nice things about credit cards, well, quote unquote nice things about credit cards, is that you don't have to pay back your credit card company all at once. If you've got an exorbitant amount and maybe you've fallen on hard times, you can pay a minimum payment. But there is an interest on any remaining balance on the card, and those interest rates are really exorbitant. They can be anywhere as high as 20-something% interest, and that's like crazy amounts. So Dave Ramsey is absolutely right that if you have the potential to get yourself in trouble because you have low impulse control and you can't control your spending, you've got $5,000 credit card in your hand and you're gonna spend that $5,000, credit cards are not for you. They are a great debt trap and you're gonna wanna avoid them like the plague, just like he advises. But what I really disagree with him about is that that's very, very one size fits all. He's taking a situation in which if you are a particular kind of person, the person who can't control his or her spending, then he's saying, okay, well, this applies to everybody now. Everybody should avoid credit cards. And my position is, no, if you are the kind of person who can control your spending, then credit cards can be your friend. And the way that you make sure that credit cards stay your friend is to follow one simple rule. And that simple rule is pay off your credit card every month. Every month, your credit card company will send you a statement saying, here's what you owe on the credit card. Pay that off every single month. And if you do that, then credit cards are all plus, no minus. Now, speaking of the plus side of that, what are the plus sides to having credit cards? Well, for one thing, there's the rewards programs. You can get frequent flyer miles on airlines if you have airline-related credit cards. You can have credit cards that give you discounts or cashback rewards at various stores. Like if you have a credit card from Best Buy, you can get gift certificates at Best Buy. If you have Amazon Prime and you have an Amazon credit card, you can get 5% off or 5% back in points from your Amazon purchases that you can later use to purchase other items. So you have all these potential rewards that you can get, and they can build up to something pretty decent over time. Now, they do also, of course, tempt you into some spending, but like I said, this is for people who know how to control their spending, and especially who are going to be paying off their credit cards every month. Now, what's another thing that credit cards give you? Well, they give you a layer of protection for your money. You know, some people, they do everything by debit card. And I've always been very wary about debit cards because debit cards, they connect you directly to your bank account. And if somebody gets a hold of your debit card, well, it's almost like they've gotten a hold of your wallet full of cash, Well, it's their money now. And I don't know what kind of agreements exist these days between banks and people such that there is protections and guarantees for the money that's in your bank account. But what I know personally is I feel a lot safer if somebody steals my credit card as opposed to somebody stealing my debit card. Because if somebody steals my debit card, that to me feels like they've got a direct line to my bank. And if some people steal my credit cards, well, then I've got a layer of security there because I don't have to pay for what I didn't actually charge. And I can work with the credit card company in that case and say, look, my credit card was stolen. I need you to cancel it. Send me a new card. These charges are bogus. I didn't pay for I didn't ask for those. Please reverse those charges, etc., etc. So you have this extra layer of security when you're using a credit card. And then there's also the matter of paying things online, especially when you have all of these online places that, like Amazon, for example, where you're constantly having to enter in like a debit card or a credit card or something. I always feel safer using a credit card. So it's not like there's nothing to be gained from credit cards. And credit cards are also a great way, if you control your spending, of building up your credit score. And Dave Ramsey has a poo-pooing on credit scores also because he's saying, well, if you take out a loan, you're just basically going into debt anyway, and there's other ways of securing loans. It's like, yeah, yada, yada, yada. If you're going through life the way most people normally do, and I'm not saying this is better, I'm just saying it's more common, you're going to want a high credit score, and using a credit card is a way to build up good credit. So if you take out debt and then you pay it off every month, you're doing good on your credit score as well, and that will enable you at some point to get loans in the future at a lower rate of interest, or even loans at all, because if you don't have a sufficient credit score, there are banks that just simply will not lend to you. And really, you want to have as many options open to you as you possibly can. Credit cards using credit cards and paying them off month after month is one way of doing that. Now, how to use credit cards. This is my own personal opinion, and again, none of this is actual financial advice, but what I like to do is have at least 3 credit cards. And these 3 credit cards are each going to be assigned their own particular kind of function. And one of them you're going to leave home. The credit card you leave home is the one that you're going to register all of your recurring purchases with. Do you have subscriptions? Do you have health insurance? Do you have dental insurance? Do you have certain recurring payments like utilities that you put on your credit card? That you want to have all of those on one credit card. And that will be your recurring payments credit card. That one never leaves your house. That one just goes into the, online, here is my credit card information, please charge this every month. It never leaves the house. And you want that card to be at home because that way it will be as safe and protected as possible from thieves. Now, it's not 100% guaranteed. I actually have had my recurring credit card number stolen, and when that happened, I had to go and change my credit card number at all of those different places that I had it on. But the nice thing about that is that you can actually look at your recurring credit card statement and see, okay, here are all the different things that I just need to change my credit card number with. You go through, you do it, it's done, and you're good to go for however long you can go without getting your credit card number stolen again. But generally speaking, so long as you have one credit card that all you do is you put recurring payments on that and leave it at home and never go out and use it, you're going to be fairly safe so far as that's concerned. Then there's going to be 2 credit cards that actually do leave the house with you. One of them, I would advise, is the one that you just basically spend at any store you go to. If you're going and you're out getting gas, you use that card. If you go to the grocery store, you swipe it through the thing, you use that card. That's your in-person payment card. And you want to have that because, well, you're going to be out and about and you're going to need a way to spend money. There's your credit card for that. What is the other card that you leave the house with for? It's your backup card, because you never know if something's going to happen to the one card where it's not going to work. I have been in a situation where my one credit card, the one that I use for my in-person payments when I'm out and about, that one did not work at a gas station, and I needed gas badly. Thank goodness I had a backup credit card. So you want to have, your in-person payment card and a backup credit card. But you're going to use the backup credit card in one other way as well. That's going to be your online purchases card. That's going to be the number that you enter in anytime you're making like a one-time purchase from some place like a restaurant, or some place like if you're ordering from a department store and you don't have your own online profile where you've already set up financial information, which I generally don't do, then you're going to use that card as your online purchases card. So you're going to have essentially three cards. You're going to have your recurring payments card. That's the stuff that just regularly charges to that card month after month, and you don't touch it, you don't use it for anything else, and it stays at home. Then you're going to have the two cards you take with you. There's going to be the in-person payments card. That's the card you're going to use while you're out and about. And then you're going to have your backup card, which also doubles as your online payments card. If you have a setup like that, you're going to be pretty protected from the kinds of fraudsters and scammers and things like that who are out to get your credit card. It's pretty easy to cancel a credit card and have them issue you a new one. So anyway, I just wanted to put this message out there because I don't really understand this whole idea of credit cards are the devil. Because I've been using credit cards since I was a teenager. My parents co-signed for me on a couple of credit cards, and then they made sure that, all the payments were made on those. It helped me build up my credit so that when, I eventually had to make high dollar purchases like a car or a house, I was able to do that. I had the credit score. I had the history of credit payments behind me, backing me up. And I've never had a problem getting out of hand with credit card debt. I've never spent beyond my means doing that. All I do is I spend exactly what I know I'm good to spend, and I pay them off every month. So that there, right there, is the key rule. Pay off your credit card every month, and then all you're going to do is reap the rewards, enjoy the protection, enjoy the versatility of using credit cards, and your credit cards will be your friend. I'm Mike Partika. Thank you for watching. Please do subscribe if you haven't already, and I will talk to you later.